Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I've got something that's really neat, and not everybody has one of these kits, and neither do I, because this is not my kit. This kit belongs to Mark Kuzia, owner of Hobby Nut Models, and he sent it over so I could look at it. He says, I'll let you do a video on it. So I thought, man, that'd be cool. I've seen these, see people look at them on the internet, but I would love to open it up and check it out for myself. But it's the Johan 1970 Plymouth Superbird. And how cool is that? I've not ever, to be honest with you, I know Johan is the, oh man, people just die to have Johan kits, and that's cool. I don't have an attachment with Johan, and I'll tell you why. They didn't sell them at Walmart. When I was a kid, that's where I would get my model kits from. I would go to Walmart, or I believe that's the only place I ever got them from was Walmart, and they didn't sell Johan. So I was never attached to Johan, but many thousands of people built Johan kits, and they're very special to them. And I've got a few now. Got the turbine. I've got two of the Cutlass 1970 Oldsmobile. I mean, 70 Oldsmobile 442s, and they're nice. They're really cool kits. But I'm going to open this up. Mark sent me a sheet with some details. He's a Dodge guy. He's owned some Dodge muscle cars and things like that, and he knows his stuff about many model kits. But I'm going to open this thing up and we're going to check it out and see what it's all about. So I tend to blow through open box things because it's like I'm not interested in looking at the decal sheet, but some people are, so I need to slow down sometimes. But this says you can build it stock or race. Johan Models, Detroit, Michigan. And so here's the instructions. At least I was going to go through those really quick and let you check them out. The thing that I do notice about Johan model kits is they're either super detailed in one area and not in the other, or with the turbine kit it's just like super detailed everywhere. But like I notice a lot of these Johan kits, the chassis and things are not so detailed, which is, you know, interesting. Alright, so he's got the body rubber band here. Don't want to scratch the glass, it's only 50 years old. So the chassis, here you go. So it's like very simplistic, and I'm okay with that because simplistic is fine with me. Simplistic means it's easier to build, but people want to have that detailed rear suspension because, like, if you look at the rear differential, it doesn't really look like a real differential. So unless you're looking at it straight from that angle. But anyway, so these were geared more possibly for children to be able to build them easier, and so they just threw all the components together, and I mean, it saved time for sure. You didn't have these little parts that you had to glue together. But anyway, the chassis of it, it's really beefy though, beefy chassis. And then the interior tub has so it's got the carpet texture. So I guess if you built it stock, I wonder how many people built this stock rather than making it the race car. But it's got like the door panels, and they're all molded in. And to be honest with you, I don't want to be insulting to Johan, but they remind me a lot of an MPC model. You'll see that quite a bit with them, is the simplistic chassis and the interiors. You'd see it in AMT too, but it just tends to remind me of what MPC would look like. And the body. So what I've heard through Mark reading this, he says that this body is broken now, Mark, sorry. But he said this body is more detailed. It seems to have more detail than the monogram kit. And the monogram kit that he's speaking of is this one right here. So this is 1/24 scale. If it was 1/25, I probably would have busted it open and did a comparison. But I'm not going to. But anyway, that he says so. This seems to have more of a detailed body. So this is a GTX, right? This is what a Superbird is. It's a Plymouth GTX. As a coming up, I always thought that Superbird Daytona, I didn't know there was any difference. So I just assumed they had that big wing. I thought they were all the same. Didn't even realize there were two different things. I mean, I do now, obviously, but Superbird and Daytona. The Daytona was the Charger, and the Superbird was the GTX. And so that's what this is. But with this one, it has extended nose. I'm curious. Well, I'll get to it. But the hood is it's got hinges here, but it's got a big old piece of spruce or stuck onto the hood, so it doesn't want to close very well, and I don't want to damage it. But the hood has built-in hood pins and the cables, so it's got that. It also has the downward tilt because the nose was, I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm wrong. I wish I had, I do have, hold on just a second. I do have a GTX and it's not open. No? Is that one? I don't know. I see a 69 Dodge up there. I'm curious to know, and you guys are probably shouting right now, no, it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. Is the Superbird, because this is without the nose cone stuck on the front of it, but it's definitely got that angle that kicks down in the front, and I would love to know. Hold on just a second. I got to see. I think this might be a Road Runner over here. Here's a GTX, and it's not opened, I don't think. No. This is a Road Runner. Anyway, I can't tell by this. I've got one of these kits, and no, you can't tell a darn thing about it. I've got one of these GTX 69. I don't even know if it's the same body. I would assume it was, but it doesn't look like the front, at least on this box art, kicks down in the front like this one does. It's got that angle. So I think that this definitely had a different hood. And like I say, guys, I don't know about this stuff, okay? You're like, you dummy. Yeah, pretty much. Some of this stuff I am a dummy. Like Who's Ed Roth, But anyway, so this is, it's neat. It's like you're holding a 50-year-old piece of modeling history. But like Mark said, he said this has a detailed body. It's very detailed. It's got, he wants to build this kit, he said. I'll be like, no. But anyways, he wants to build it. And he wrote some stuff down, and I need to be reading it. Here's the seats. Does it have another set of seats? No. So these are the seats. Race car or not, that's what you're going to get, I guess, with this kit. You're going to get the stock seats. There's the backs to them. And then here's the firewall. Oh, is that? I don't know if that's focusing or not. Can't tell. There we go. Sorry, I haven't been looking at it to know if it was focusing or not. But anyway, there's your seats, and it has that texture. So it doesn't look like a race seat to me. And here is something. I wonder if those are like roll bars. I guess I could look at the sheet to see. So the windows, however, although they're 50 years old, are in pretty good shape. take a buffing wheel or some of that fine scratch remover, and those will clean right up. I want to look at the oh yeah, the wheels. So here are the race wheels, and let's see if I can get it to zoom in. I can't see if the darn thing's zooming in or not because I don't have my glasses on, and I don't know where they're at. Here they are. Hold on, guys. Unedited production here. Okay, now I can see if it's focusing or not. And it doesn't look like it is. Okay, there we go. So here are the race steel wheels. And apparently these are pretty nice. He mentioned that they, you know what, it's cool. You know how the old steel center hubcaps would pop in on a steel wheel like that? It's got the, you see those raised, those 3 places? That's really neat that they added that. So that center hubcap would have popped on there. But those are your steel race wheels. Here is your breather. Oh, this darn camera. I'm trying to figure it out while I'm using it. There we go. Anyway, here's the radiator, the big old huge clutch fan. Well, I don't know if it's clutch fan or not, but anyway, the big old huge fan. What the heck is this? Not sure what that is. Looks like something that would go in the back window or something. Possibly, no. I don't know what that is. Part of the wing, maybe? Don't know. Have no idea. But anyway, and this maybe goes under the, I bet it covered up the, yep, probably like a race gas tank. It would go right there, cover up the stock gas tank, make like a, maybe a racing fuel cell or something like that. Possibly. Here is the nose cone. Okay, I thought it was off. It's still attached. The side wings, vertical stabilizers. So I don't know, is this true or not? Let me ask you guys. The reason that wing was up high was because the trunk had to open. That's what I hear. Not that it had any aerodynamic effects, but then I hear, but that was not true because it really did have aerodynamic effects, because these, which would be the same as a vertical stabilizer on an airplane, if you don't have that, the airplane has no stability side to side. And if you're going 200 miles an hour and you've got 2 of these on the back of your car, it does seem like it would make your car track straight. So, smart guys saying that, if that's true, and it may not be, but saying that it was only that they were only raised up because so the trunk was able to open. And I think this is part of the spoiler here. There's your headers. I don't know if those were a factory, like a cast header, or if these were supposed to be race headers or not. There's 2 4-barrel carburetors there on the tree. Some other pieces. Here are those 2 scoops that go on the front fenders of the car. They go in this area right here and right here. I don't remember. I watched something about these cars and I don't remember exactly what that did. Here is going to be that grill section that goes here, that screen that goes there, and then the hood. And you know that AMT, the Daytona kit that everyone absolutely hates. I wonder, I can already tell that this probably would build better than that kit, because it's got these little places where the front hood section actually would attach. Oh yeah. This would definitely would be like 1,000 times better to build. Wow, just sticking it on there. Look at that. It's almost seamless, just like that. And there's flash all over it. But the AMT MPC kit, they really missed it on that one. But this is pretty cool. I don't want to make sure I don't knock any of these parts off of the tree. Mark may not ever send me anything else. Pretty cool. What kind of carburetors would those 2 4-barrels be? Like what was the Dodge carburetor? Oh man, I forget now. Not Rochester, I don't think, is it? Anyway. Oh no, I was wrong. There's race headers in there. Those are the stock headers. I'll go ahead and look at the tires really quick. So these tires are like not very rubbery. They are not, I mean, they are rubber, but it's a very very stiff. And they're 2-piece tires. Hold on. Go like that. One has a lip and the other doesn't, and it goes together. Which they actually look pretty decent, really. Look as good as anything else. So you've got Goodyear. I guess, I don't know, is that a racing tire or is it just the street tire? Mark's probably like, I've got a sheet telling you everything about it right next to you. Why don't you read it? If I read it, I would then forget everything that my mind was thinking on at that present moment. Let me get this out. Okay. Here's the Radical exhaust headers. And there's my air compressor. Sorry. Alright, so dashboard. See if we can get her to zoom in there. Really detailed in the gauges there. You can really see the in the gauges. Pretty cool. Wouldn't have a radio, I don't think, out there on Daytona. It's got 2 different intakes. It's got the stock, well, I wouldn't say stock because I don't know. It's got a single 4-barrel intake, which would be, I think, for the NASCAR. Then it's got the 2 4 barrels for more than likely the street version, which is crazy, but you know, your NASCAR stuff is usually just 1 carburetor. So here's the exhaust. Some crazy looking, and all of it goes into one pipe down there. Well, this one doesn't. This one's really goes all crazy, tuned type of pipes, I suppose. And I think these are parts of the exhaust here. And the roll cage, that could be roll cage pieces, but I think it's exhaust. Got the roll cage here. Probably like an oil tank or something right there. And then Mark mentions that this engine is greatly detailed. And lots of people really loved this this Hemi that was in this. So there's, oh, okay, that's why. Yeah. Check it out. So Johan really went out of their way on this one, because they put hemispherical combustion chambers at a place that's going to be completely covered up and never seen. Isn't that cool? But I guess if you were to make a diorama or something and have the engine torn apart, that you could see that, which would be neat. And if you look close enough, it almost looks like that there are flat places in there, like the valves. I don't know if that was intentional, but I do think it probably was. Let me see if I can get that. But that's really neat. So you have hemispherical combustion chambers on the head. And there's the block with the standard shift transmission. So many times in no, I'm thinking something opposite. You see so many standard shift transmissions in your models, where I think generally it would be an automatic. There's standard shift, but this is a standard shift in the right place. It almost looks like there's a name on the transmission, and I can't tell, but it almost looks like there's a name there. And the front cover, oil pan, and the stock breather here as well. And there's okay, well, I messed it up again. There's the race car dashboard. So yeah, I was right. There wouldn't be a radio. So there's your oil pressure, fuel pressure, water temperature, tack, and a clock. I'm just joking. Wouldn't be a clock on that one. So Mark did mention that, you know, it comes with these or these are called rallies or something. It comes with a stock set, but they don't necessarily fit right. But the steel wheels fit better. There is the race steering wheel. Pretty sure that would be it. Let me see if there's another one in here, or maybe I missed one. Yep. Yeah, so the stock steering wheel was here, and the race steering wheel. Much more grip all the way around it. Cool. And the chrome tree, let me open this up. Just about the bumpers just before coming off. Oh boy, Mark, I don't know if that's going to make it back to Tennessee without coming off. Look at that. Look at those valve covers. Those things look great. It does have a lot of detail, I will give you that. Look at the foot pedal, the gas pedal. One of those hot foot deals, like on a race boat. Alternator, super detailed. I love those old Chrysler alternators. I thought it's a good looking alternator. If an alternator could look good, the Chrysler alternators do look good. And then there's this. I don't know what that is. Is that like an ignition box or something like that? I have no idea. There's a fire extinguisher with a bunch of flash around it. Almost lost it. Almost didn't see it. And two different. You got the handle, the pistol grip shifter here, and you've got the race shifter right there with the back bumper. Oh man, that's gonna come off. And it was, look at this. This was all green. See the green color? These were. Let me see what he said about what color they were molded in. That bumper's going to come off. So he said, oh, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Anyway, I think he said that most of them were blue, but they did come in white also. I don't know. Again, I'm just never, Johan was never a part of my building career. But they're pretty cool. Alright, so one last thing I want to show you. And he says he's never seen this much before. And that's the decals. And so in the comments, let us know, or let me know if I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's talking about, but if you've seen this before. So the decals here are the original decals for it, but they're not water slide decals. They're what you call dry or rub on dry transfers. So there's remember those stickers you could get, you know, let's just say like Cracker Jacks. Cracker Jacks had those little tattoos you'd put on, you know, you'd put it down and lay it down and wet it, put it down and then pull the thing off. I don't know if that's how this worked, but these are not water slide decals. So Mark says they have this second piece of like wax paper on the back. But the decals are really cool, but probably, I don't know if you could use them or not. And he said he's going to find different decals. He actually has, in the box, he had a few other sets of decals that he was thinking about using. But those are the original 50-year-old decals there, which is really neat. Anything that I left out? Besides a whole lot, probably. It's got the battery, it's got the side windows here. More than likely you wouldn't use those unless you're building a race car. Well, I guess you could if you had the windows up, but most cars have the windows down. There's the battery. It's got the battery cables. They did have great detail. I will definitely say that the detail was really good on the Johan models. Kind of a weird mixture, you know, the low detailed undercarriage, and then have a super detailed engine or engine compartment or something like that, which that's fine. We're dealing with something out of, you know, the 70s, so that is absolutely acceptable. I couldn't imagine the things they had to work with back back then, right? We've got computer technology now where we can 3D print. This camera, I apologize, it just did not focus this go around. But we have stuff now that 3D prints. You know, these guys, this was probably a lot of manual labor, and I don't know how they made those, how they made the molds, and or how that works or anything like that. But I guarantee you it's not as easy as it is today, or wasn't as easy as it is today. And we need to appreciate where the modeling world has come from. But thanks for watching this video, guys, and don't forget where this came from. This was Mark over at Hobby Nut Models owns this, and he allowed me to do this video, which I greatly appreciate. So go over, take a minute, go over to Hobby Nut Models and go check out Mark's inventory and see if there's something over there that you could use. I bet there is. If you're a modeler, go check out some great MCW paint. If you have a Plymouth Superbird, or you need some accurate petty blue, or I was over there looking just recently at the race car colors, and he's got loads of accurate race car colors. So go over there and check that out. Stock colors, tons of MCW paint over there. Go check it out. And don't forget to go to the Facebook group and join if you haven't already. Also, go to the Teespring store. Go grab you a t-shirt or a mug or a sticker. And if you haven't already considered it, consider being a Patreon member. It would bring you some behind the scenes content. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. A little different, I know. I'm not up to snuff on my Johan stuff, but I'm learning. And hey, shoot me some comments. Tell me where I was wrong. That's okay. I want to know where I was wrong. I'm actually asking for this, not like begging for a beating. But I want to improve my knowledge on Johan and these kits. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you later. Take care.